what it is, what it do, and how the hell are all of you with yours truly, Petra Fucker, back with part 2. Where do we leave off with the Chaz and the Chop? I was being harsh on them, man. I was being harsh. And that's because they really, man, like I said before, I've been harsh since jump. They were bitching and complaining when Trump wanted to build a border wall, they built the fucking wall. They were bitching and complaining about shootings and all this, now they're handing out guns. Nah, man. You can't claim to be an autonomous zone and want to be out of the United States and all that shit, be separate, and then when someone gets shot on your street, you want the EMTs to come in and save them. That's not how that shit works, man. That's not. And there's a lot of people straight up saying that the EMTs and all that, they're not going to come in there until that scene is secure. How do they know they're not going to get shot? You got people walking around with guns and shit. How do they know they're not going to get hurt? At the end of the day, that makes a huge difference. When I think it has to do with firefighters, EMTs, police. And when we see that, we see people with badges not want to go in there and handle that shit. I don't think you can blame them, man. Hey, blame Jenny Durkin. She said it was going to be the summer of love. It's just a block party. It's just there. I mean, there's a lot of reports. There's a lot of reports that the people that actually live there don't want to be like that anymore. People are going to deny that, but it's true. Like I said, there's a lot of reports of sexual assault, robberies, a lot of shit, man. It's not a. There's videos during it. Look at the live streams. Look how peaceful it is. Yeah, all right. That's one view, man. There's two sides to every truth. Two sides to every tale. And because there's a lot of people there, there's a lot of sides to that tale. Man. And then even at, like, the Chaz and the Chop shit, man, that, what they're doing, it's extreme. That's what they're doing. I mean, it's some extremist shit, I think. And then they went after the U.S. Ulysses S. Grant statue, man. He beat the Confederates. And I know they're saying, but he owned a slave. Yeah, he also got rid of that slave. But they don't want to talk about that. But that's another statue. They're going after every statue. It's nuts. They went after the national anthem lyricist Francis Scott Key or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but Scott Key. They went after his, man. He was one that helped. They did his fucking statue too. It's just fucked up, man. They're just going after a lot of the statues. Then you have the media and platforms and shit referring to those people pulling down statues and shit, not going about it the right way as protesters as other, when they're really just extremists. Can't wait to get their way in a republic or a voting system, a democratic republic voting system. They can't. They got to go to the extremes right now and take it down right now. And Tim Pool even made a good point. This movement is using Black Lives Matter to cover themselves and to complete their own agendas. There's 400 people helped tear down statues in San Francisco. Scott Key statue, who wrote the Star Spangled Banner, that was in San Francisco. There's a dude on fucking Twitter bragging about 3 for 3. They've got a fucking checklist. And we, the American people, are supposed to be just okay with this shit, man. It's nuts. Nuts. Fucking nuts. Cancel culture is still thriving, man. And it's thriving, like thriving. They went after Magic the Gathering card artist, Therese Nielsen. I guess she's a controversial artist. She followed Mike Cernovich, Jack Prosobic in InfoWars. Now, she hasn't been doing much work for him lately. I'm sure there's more surrounding this, but the general gist of it is that she was fired for basically following some conservative people. And then she bent the knee and unfollowed them after she was fired or let go. So cancel culture is still thriving, and we still have people bending their motherfucking knees. She's been a motherfucking artist with them since 1996. And the fringe is just growing, man, with more and more extremists, more and more people become radicalized. It's not new. I don't think it's going to stop. It definitely ain't new. I just can't believe that they canceled you, and that's just dumb. And then you bend the knee still. I don't understand that shit, man. And then this is just some local news. They want to use the 3rd precinct. They want to take the 3rd precinct and turn it into a museum for civil rights. Can't you just build a museum for the civil rights? Can't you just burn down that goddamn building and be done with it? Tear it down. Why transform it? Most of the citizens that I've spoke with don't even think the governor or mayor should have ever even given up the precinct to begin with. So I don't know if the people are going to be okay with them wanting to try to turn it into a museum of sorts. Especially to document or to show the police atrocities and shit. Because couldn't you just build a normal museum and do that? That's what I think. Because you don't have to use that building. Because I think that building has a lot of bad memories for a lot of people. And this is what I personally think. I think you should just tear that building down, put another one up. Just get rid of that 3rd precinct. Don't use the structure of it. Get rid of it. Man, Trump went after Biden like white on rice at that rally. Biden could not debate Trump if y'all paid him billions of dollars to. He will get slammed fucking around with Trump. Trump went after all the Republicans in 2016. Y'all seem to have forgot. Then he took on the Democrats' main beast, Hillary Clinton. And everyone said she was going to win, just like they say now with Biden in the polls. Woo! Now, I know. I've heard Tucker Carlson say it. I've heard Tim Pool say it. I've heard Steven Crowder say it. Trump supporters can't be so sure we're going to win come 2020. We can believe in our hearts we're going to win. But we need to know. We need to show up at that ballot box. No questions asked. We need to show up at that ballot box. That's where the real war is going to go down. Is at that ballot box. I wonder how ugly it's going to be come November 3rd. And I almost think it's going to be ugly. But I'm waiting. But I do know, like Tim Pool and them said, hubris will be the Trump supporters' downfall. We have to show up at that ballot box. We have to show up at that ballot box not only to elect Trump, but to get out of office these other progressive, socialist congressmen and senators. We have to get them out of office. And like I said in a couple podcasts past, we are watching the downfall of progressive governors and mayors right now. Some people may think it's a win for them every day. It's a downfall for them because that progressive party might get more people every day to join them. The Democratic Party has more people walk away from it every day as well. I'm not saying they're going to vote for Trump, but I don't believe they're going to vote for the Democrats that are pushing progressive ideas either. Now, Trump went after Biden with some heavy-hitting things. He blatantly said he will stack the Supreme Court with extremists. He is fully controlled by the left. the fringe left. Trump went after fucking, called him Slow Joe. Said that Joe would crush the environment, having the likes of AOC in his ears, as long with the likes of Ilhan Omar as well, with the likes of, and then even other people, even Tim Pool made a comment. Who wants Biden when he even said Beto O'Rourke will be the ones that's going to be on the guns, and Beto made it clear, I'm coming after everyone's guns. And then Trump also brought up Biden was speaking at Robert Byrd's funeral, a prominent KKK member. Now I've read into it, and I've seen a lot of little articles trying to say, Byrd tried to backpedal that shit, da 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 da. No, nope. I don't care if he was denouncing the KKK, which he didn't do that. I read anywhere. He was still a part of the KKK. He still was at one point in his life. He believed in what they believed in. He pushed for what they believed in. I don't care if it was for fucking a summer or 1 week or a year. He still did it. And the fact that you have Biden and Obama at Robert Byrd's funeral going to act like he was some great fucking guy. No. Nope. And every time I argue with someone and they bring up this dumb shit, and then Robert Byrd gets brought up, I'm going to make the Democrats sit on that shit. Because the Democrats did start the Ku Klux Klan. There was no switch ever. The left will try to make it sound like there was a switch. Oh, the Republicans started it, and then however they try to make that switch sound. There was no fucking switch. Robert Byrd proves that shit. Trump also stopped the crowd when a supporter needed medical attention. Could have been too hot, could have been fainting something, but he stopped the whole rally. Call him a piece of shit all you want, but I think that was a nice thing that he did. He brought up the economy and how we were doing so good before the Kung Flu killed Kung Flu was a collapse of our economy. That shit had me laugh. And to see people come out and defend China still makes me laugh, man. Because y'all really fucked in the head. China does some heinous, grotesque shit. And everyone acts like they're the good guy in this. And I shouldn't say everyone. But it sure looks like it's a lot of people. That shit to me is just nuts. And then he said, Trump made it clear that the pandemic should have been stopped in China. No. We already know the anger at that statement. Then he even says that our next year, if he wins, that our economy will be the greatest. Now he's not. I don't even think Trump thinks that he has this in the bag. I know he's a gambling man. I'm sure he thinks the odds are in his favor heavily. But I don't think he thinks he's got this in the bag. Otherwise, why would he be rallying and campaigning like he has been for as long as he has been now? Because he's been campaigning for a good minute now. He even said, come November, people will not want to go against voting against him because the economy will be glorious again. And I'm sure that alone pissed people off because Trump really does push that economy. And people don't like that. Because people, I guess, don't like money. To me, that's the layman's terms. If you get mad at him for pushing the economy, you don't like money. You don't like that your money is going to be a little bit better. And then after the rally, people were so convinced that his turnout would be like the same turnout come November 3rd because only 6,200 people showed up. And then everyone's like, oh, K-pop stands and da-da-da-da. Like I said, I went over all this shit. Biden cannot poll 6,200 people. If you paid those people to show up, they wouldn't. Biden does not have a base. Biden's base is loosely built up of people that just hate Trump.